Morning, everybody. Got a special trip for you today, a little morning trip with myself and Teslyn. Teslyn will be doing most of the driving outside of the gorge. It'll be her first time driving Ken, this boat. She's used to driving the other boats. And then Allie will be paddling as well in a 16. So it should be pretty exciting. Maybe we'll see some wildlife. We already saw some bears on the other side of the river while we were driving up. And since there's two of us on the boat today, I'm hoping that I can tend to the chat a little bit and talk to you folks. No, I have 5 paddles. I figured it was a 50-50 what you thought I meant.
Yeah. I figured it was better to come down with extra paddles than
Yeah. Jeremy and... Ooh, one more time. Ingval?
Yeah.
With an L at the end?
No, it's with an R. It's Ingvar, actually.
Okay. Ingvar.
Swedish name, but I'm
From Germany. Okay, nice. Well, you folks can hop on the boat here.
okay.
In here.
Did you do it yesterday or what?
Connor is going to go crazy.
Have you guys done this one?
Yeah, yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday.
Okay. You know what? I can't compare. I haven't done that.
Yeah, right.
But you get some pretty big tidal waves.
Oh, nice.
Okay. And Trey was telling us to get it because it's powering into it, right?
Right, you're going faster.
Yeah, as opposed to that, you kind of just with this, you get like. Yeah. Are you streaming live, Connor?
Oh yeah, right now.
Oh, there you go. Incredible. So I had a great experience.
And then I know Connor is going to give you a little bit of extra loving.
Well, you got 2 guides today.
My favorite one was if you go is the Devil's Kitchen.
Oh yeah.
I love that one. Yeah.
That'll be your favorite one today too.
That one was so good. Really? I was all calm and everything.
Sweet. Well, welcome to the boat, folks. I got 10 to 15 minutes safety talk for you guys. Okay. We're gonna go over parts of the boat, parts of your equipment and what you got to do in certain scenarios. Sound good? Yeah. Sweet. So, it's a 23-foot J rig. We call it a J rig. The tube vaguely looks like a J. All right. At the front of there, we have the splash box. This thing right here. Most of the water's going to hit that, create the splash. Okay. It's a lot wetter at the front, quite a bit drier at the back. Okay. We've got a bow line at the front. We've got your seats here.
Yeah, we do.
Right?
We sit on the outside tube.
And if there's one thing you remember from this talk, it's when myself or Teslyn says hold on or holding on. You grab onto this upper metal bar with 2 hands in between your legs. Okay? You grab outside. You're a lot more flexible than you think. We'll do a little Swiftwater scuba entry. You grab inside, you're locked in. You can't go anywhere. Right. All right? It's exceptionally rare for folks to fall out of these boats, especially if they're holding on. All right? On the outside, okay, we have a white and blue rope called the outside line. That's going to be your best friend if you do fall into the water. Okay. Back here, we got a bunch of stuff going on. Repair kit, first aid kit, battery for the outboard, a couple tanks of gas, spare outboard, and our running outboard. The only important thing for you folks to know about back here is this red kill cord. So in the event that myself and I guess both of us fall into the water at once, wow, we really messed up. One of you is going to come back here and pull that cord. Okay. That'll do 2 things. Number 1, we won't get chopped to pieces. A little bit of a joke. And number 2, we have a fighting chance of swimming back to the boat to come get you. Okay, instead of you guys just motoring on with us.
It'd be tempting though.
Yeah.
Let's go back and do that again with the
Sweet.
Yes, you're like tucking your toes and then you like tuck your heel back between the foot and the...
Okay, your equipment. The only mandatory piece is that life jacket. All right? Needs to be snug and done up at all times. All 4 buckles need to be done up. The head flap needs to be on the outside and it has to be your outermost piece of clothing. You guys are both looking real good. Okay, the reason for all of that is the way we pull you back into the raft is by your shoulder straps.
Okay, back to the frame along with that.
So, we also have some handy dandy ladders on this boat. If you guys do go for a swim, the first thing you're going to want to do is get back to the boat. Immediately grab onto that outside. Okay? So swim back to the boat, grab on. Most of the time you're like right there. Okay, you might experience something called the gasp reflex. The water's warm, it's like 20 degrees, but it's still a little bit cooler than the air. So you might start to hyperventilate when you hit the water. Okay? Totally natural response. It is not a panic attack. All right? But if you start panicking because of it, it'll turn into a panic. All right? So if that's happening, in your head, just say, be cool, be cool, be cool. By the time you finish that third be cool, 9 times out of 10, your breathing will be back to normal. You'll be right next to the boat. You just have to grab it. Okay? And then we're going to pull you in. Okay? We have 2 options to pull you folks in. 1, you get 1 person on each shoulder strap. With your feet right up against the tube. Knees right here. You don't really want to go. You can go up with 1, but if you go up with 2, you have like no leverage. Okay? Reach down and grab their shoulder strap. Somebody else will do the same. And then you're going to fall backwards. Okay? It's a little bit challenging on this boat to do that because the tube is quite high up. So we'll often just drop the ladder down instead. Okay? And in fact, in the big stuff, often in the big stuff, if it's just 1 guy on the boat, we'll just have the ladders down the whole time. Mainly for them. It's a lot more likely for them to fall in. But since there's the 2 of us on here, if one of you falls in, the other one of us that isn't driving will just drop. Those ladders, okay, they're about 1 rung too short to be really, really convenient. Okay, they're a little compact. So you kind of have to get a knee on the bottom rung. Okay, and really mind your hands. The second rung from the top. If you grab onto this one while it's in the water and then put your weight on it, you're gonna crunch your fingers like nothing else. Okay, so try to just loosely grab the sides or something, or grab onto the rope on the side. Put your weight on it, and then you can grab it. All right. Now, if you're too far away to immediately get back to the boat, swim back to the boat. Head up, front crawl, swim as hard and fast as you can. Okay. If you're too far away for that, you're gonna want to make eye contact with myself. If we're telling you to swim back to the boat, you can make it. Okay? Rock, you can make it. Keep swimming, head up, front crawl, nice and hard. Okay? If we're pointing, always swim in that direction. We're very positive people, we're gonna point you in the positive direction. Okay? I'm gonna say, swim that way, swim that way. I'm not gonna say, don't go over there. Okay, if I don't want you to go over there, I'm gonna tell you to go over there. Alright, so always swim in the direction we're pointing. You hear a whistle, that whistle's for you. You're in the water. Okay, so look at the direction of where that whistle is. Sweet. If you can't immediately get back to the boat, congratulations. You're on a self-guided tour of the Thompson River. Okay, there's some things you gotta know. We are not picking you up until the bottom of the raft. Okay, you'll notice that this boat goes up and slams down a lot in the waves. I really don't want to land this boat on top of it. Okay? So, I'm going to drive past it. What the heck? It's leaving me behind. Okay? You're going to have to swim through that rapid and I'll pick you up the bottom. Okay? While swimming through the rapid, anytime you don't have a destination in mind, right? You're not immediately trying to get back to this boat. We're not pointing in any direction. Okay? You're gonna flip into the defensive position. A little bit different. It's on your back. Feet are pointed downstream. Downstream you're where you're floating to. Arms at your side controlling your direction. Feet and butt really high up in the water. Okay? There's 3 reasons why we want your feet and butt nice and high up. Number 1, all those hydraulics Teslyn was talking about, or Ali was talking about on the front. Your legs are dangling down. It's a lot easier for those water features to grab you and pull you under. Okay. 2, the rocks on shore here. Your legs are dangling down. You get caught in these rocks. It folds your body over. It's your head underwater. It's really, really difficult to get you. But it's super easy to prevent by just never putting your feet down. 3, the biggest reason. You look out in the middle, okay, where the water's moving the fastest. About 1.5 feet underneath, it's moving almost twice as fast. Okay? So your legs are dangling down, you're going to move way faster. It's going to be a lot harder for us to prevent. Okay? Stay nice. While you're going through the rapids, it's not going to look like this if you fall out. Okay? I promise you that. The waves are going to be really big. It sounds weird, but you're actually going to breathe at the bottom of the waves in the trough. Okay? The top of the wave has very little water in it, so you're actually just going to crash through the top. Your head will probably be underwater at the top. Okay? Breathe at the bottom, hold your breath at the top, breathe at the bottom. You get the hang of it pretty quick after a couple mouthfuls of the Thompson. Right? If you feel yourself get pulled underwater, relax. Almost guaranteed it is way worse in your head than it actually is in your body. 2 seconds underwater feels like 10 seconds. 10 seconds underwater feels like 2 minutes. Okay? Calm, relax, go for it. If you're under there for quite a while, like you're like, okay, this has been too long, and you feel like you're not really moving, you're going to curl up into a little ball like this. If you're all extended, the river can grab all sorts of different parts of your body. This, the river has a harder time grabbing you. That's your life jacket doing its job. And then we'll pick you up at the bottom of the raft. You're going to drive past it. Then you're going to think, what the heck is this? Then I'm going to turn the boat upstream. Then you're going to think, oh my God, it's about to run me over. Okay? At the last second, you're going to turn that boat 90 degrees. We'll float right into the tube. All you have to do is grab onto that rope. Drop the ladder down. Good.
And they have some ladders on. Extend the ladder down.
Couple more things, folks.
And then when it is safe to do so, we will
join ups.
Okay. Awesome. So those are all the ways that we can bring you back.
A join up on a trip like this is going to look a bit different because we have the power raft and a power raft. But basically, if for whatever reason Allie can't really guide anymore, she's hurt herself, somebody on the boat is hurt, yada yada. She's probably just gonna paddle ashore, suck it up, over there. But there's a chance that if we're in the middle of the river, we might kind of have to grab onto her boat.
There are actually very useful.
Okay. So whichever one of Teslyn and I are guiding is going to help you out with this. Basically, you guys will both move onto one side, you'll flip onto your stomach, and you'll grab onto the outside line of that boat. Okay. They'll do the same thing, grabbing onto our outside line. It creates a really strong zip pattern. Okay. Really important that you're listening for when we say let go.
That's really hard to hold.
If we're in the middle of the river, we might just say let go and drift apart. If we're coming ashore, we might say let go,
awesome. So that
let the boat slide and hit shore.
Now we're going to talk a little bit about what happens if you fall out and you have to swim through a raft.
And then
Now
one more
it's a
thing.
little bit different because swimming through a raft is in flat water. Okay, so if you're in flat water, we're going to be like, swim,
Okay.
principally quite forward.
I
But if you are in a
most
raft,
likely
we actually want you to slow
will
it
only use
down,
this if my
turn
engine is
over
completely
onto
down.
your back, focus on nice
Floating
deep
rope
breaths, okay, so getting
and
a lot
spinning
of nice
propellers.
air in,
Not gonna lock her. Okay. It's a really high tech piece of
Turning over
rafting
onto
equipment.
your back,
It's a bag full of rope.
floating on the surface of the water. So
We use this to kind of extend our reach.
Feet up again,
Allie uses this a heck of a lot more
floating
on the
top
paddle
of
boat.
the water.
Alright? Most of the time I'll just drive towards it.
Okay.
I'm gonna use a throw bag.
We're
gonna be looking at you.
We're
gonna say something like, "Swimmer, swimmer, rope, rope, rope." Maybe we'll blow a whistle. Okay? We need you to look at us. Make a nice big target like this. Okay, give us a lot of area to hit. Just like Teslyn's doing right now. Throw that rope. Ideally, it lands just over your shoulder. You're gonna grab onto the rope with two hands and flip onto your back. You hear us yell swap, you're gonna change shoulders. Okay, changing shoulders just puts your body at a better angle. There'll be a lot less force on you holding on. Okay. I don't want to see any rings. I don't want to see any bracelets.
So waves might look really, really scary to swim through. There's a little bit of a technique to it.
Even if it's just, even if you're having a hard time holding on and you wrap it around your hand, I'm letting go of the rope. Okay. Two hands holding onto the rope, flip onto your back.
As you go up and over the top, and then breathe again as you go down.
It's really, really important that you grab the rope and not the bag.
It's very splashy at the top.
That bag has 70 feet of rope in it.
You
grab the bag, you're gonna go 70 feet away.
However,
And then it's gonna snap tight. It's gonna rip the bag out of your hands. And you're still swimming, and you're too far away from my other throw bag. Okay? So grab the rope with two hands. Even if that bag hits you in the face. So, whoa, good throw, Connor. And then grab onto the rope. Okay? If the rope lands on either side of you, please swim towards that rope. Sound good? And then very, very small chance of this will happen, but occasionally we may pass you the rope as somebody's still in the boat, and then you'll be pulling it. Okay. Last thing. What are we going to do if this boat flips over? Okay. Now, we haven't commercially flipped one of these boats in about 45 years. Commercially is the key word. But you guys are on a commercial trip, so that's perfect. If this boat flips, I sincerely hope that it's the craziest thing that's ever happened. Okay? And if it's not the craziest thing that's ever happened to you, you have to tell me what was crazy. Okay? You're going to have no idea what's happening, and then you'll find yourself in one of two places. Outside of the boat, swimming back to the boat, listening to your guide through the voice saying, "Swim back to the boat."
But it really is the best
Or
way to get yourself to the surface quicker.
Go dark.
The more you starfish and the more you fight,
Silver walls, silver roof, and really wet floor. Call it the party room. That means you're underneath the boat. Okay, good job holding on. Okay, totally fine place to be. The main issue with being underneath the boat, okay, is not air. There's going to be a huge air pocket under here. But it's all that stuff back there. Okay, those ladders are going to be swimming around. The outboards are going to be moving side to side. Okay, there's a lot of metal back there. And the outboard is still going to run for about a minute. Okay? So, if you're underneath the boat, it's probably because you were holding on really tight. Keep holding on. Once that outboard stops making noise, you're going to exit from the side of the boat. Okay? They're hidden by the pads right now, but there's another handle on the outside here. Okay? So, you just feel here, reach over, you'll grab that handle, one push and pull, you're out on the other side. It sounds way harder than it actually is. Alternatively, you can try to go towards the front, but do not go towards the back. It may be tempting because you'll be able to see out the back. You'll think, oh, I can just swim right out. But then if we hit a wave, one of those ladders is going to swing and it's going to be no good. All right? So exit out. From there, we'll all get on top of this upside down boat and we'll figure it out. We'll do some problem solving. You may find yourself in the party room, okay? Very great room, very great walls, very damp. That's kind of it for the safety talk. That just means that you're but today we're there safety. Okay? Now there's always the chance that something happens to us. It's a little more likely that something happens. So we're going to be hanging out pretty close to them all day. Okay? And if something happens to them, it's going to be kind of go time for you guys. Okay, we need you guys helping people back to the raft, keeping an eye out, looking for swimmers, stuff like that. Now I'm going to get up on top of the upside down raft before hopefully you guys can even say raft. And then I'll be looking to ride the boat back over. Now I'm not so big and tall that I can pull the boat over by myself, so if we have someone else with me, I'll be holding a rope, they'll be holding a different rope, and we'll be standing up on the side of the tube. We always have at least 2 boats out on this bottom section. For the top section from Spence's to Shaw, depending on the water level, if we could just have 1 power boat out, because there's like no features that could flip one of these boats. And then anytime there's something that could happen, we always have 2 boats out. Whether it's 2 paddle boats, 2 power rafts, or 1 of each. When they get disconnected from the horns, aren't finding connection with the backs. Okay, so you want to make sure you come towards the front as quickly as possible. Everybody will hold on up here. Me and that other person who's up here on the top of the raft, you start counting down. 1, 2, 3. We're like rocking the boat back and forth. I know. And it's going over. I'm going to start yelling, let go, let go, let go. I messaged her just before I got here, actually. Holding onto the raft, you are anchoring. You know what time we're starting? You have to let go so that it can come over, and then you can swim back and grab that. AM or PM? You want to be actively swimming the entire time to stay close to the raft. Don't let yourself go away. Into the river. So swimming, grab that. If you are holding on to this flip line, trying to help you do that in the raft, it's really important that you don't let go. Or maybe she's throwing this over. Of course, you are holding to pull the boat over. It won't come over if you let go. Oh no, she's in seminar. Hold on tight, and then if you are that person, again, it's just Run if you want to get wet. Rafting is definitely a team sport. Stage how it is. Yeah. Okay. I believe that is everything for my safety talk today. Do you guys have any questions?
I'm driving with the live stream. Yeah, this boat's called Temp. You can him on the other one. This one's got the license.
want to be on the left. It's like a huge shelf wall.
Okay. Really nice temperature. Probably gonna be colder.
Drive out here from Imperial?
No, I won't. I've been here already. 20 years ago.
Oh yeah.
Really? Was it much different?
No,
Same?
not so much. I was with my wife. She wasn't my wife at the time. We lots of fun.
Well, what are you doing next? Oh, you're going to Calgary.
Actually, my friends
Oh yeah.
Oh,
just 2 days.
it's gorgeous there. Really good skiing.
Yeah. A lot of bears.
Oh, there. Okay.
Kind of like a less touristy band.
Yeah, I can tell you, we're really scared of the bears. Everyone's telling bear stories.
Well, hopefully we can see some. I guess we saw them off the bus.
There's you guys passed where we have our trailers up
Yeah, yeah.
and
It's like
bears
right around
running down the bank.
Yeah, maybe we'll keep our eye out and see if we can spot those bears that we saw from the bus.
Remember where they were?
They're a little further down. Like Thompson.
So how long are you on the top?
My 6th year.
6 years. You?
My first trip ever. No, I'm kidding. It's my first year though.
First year?
Yeah. Get down, get down! That's a classic.
Yeah, the last lap of the trip. It's actually getting good right now. We'll do it at least a couple. Oh yeah?
You got a t-shirt?
Yeah.
Is it one of the ones that had like all the names of the rappers on there? I don't know
You don't have it anymore.
Yeah, we have a few.
Yeah, I saw. They have a bunch of people.
This first rabbit is called Lose Your Lunch. Lose Your Lunch. Usually, like, so if we do the full day trip, we eat lunch at where we just put in. And there are a lot of people that like eat way too many burritos. And
it's not much of a difference. It's so heavy to do it. But on our average boat, our average 22 footer, that's like about 4 than lightweight. It's harder with more people. Boats just have a lot less power with more people. The boat is a little bit lower in the water. We might be even the floors like underwater sometimes. It makes it a little harder to see and stuff. We've got an alley. Last really big fire we had around here was 2021.
That's over there. Everything was through.
Yeah, that's all 2020. And then I guess 2023, there was an east side fire kind of back there. Got burned down, but there was not really much to do.
Because when I was here, we were sitting in the top of the pool. And on the other side was burning.
Oh wow.
People are actually taking it. I didn't see anyone. Yeah, but
yeah, the main thing this year is that there's just so many fires starting right near towns.
yeah.
There's normally, I'd say most of the fires in BC, at least it seems like, start just in lightning
Yeah.
up in the mountains. So the fire will start and it takes quite a while for it to get somewhere where there's structures. But this year it's just been a lot of human-caused fires. A lot of human-caused.
But is it for human reasons or
Mostly it's actually
probably
most of the time it's just an accident. Really, someone decides that the fire ban doesn't apply to them and they have one, or they flick a cigarette butt out of their window. In Vernon in 2021, there was a huge fire that started from a broken beer bottle.
I was gonna say.
It was just glass sitting on the ground. It was like a magnifying glass, and the sun started a fire through it.
Yeah.
Crazy,
and that
eh?
still counts as human cause.
Yeah.
Anything but if it's not lightning, it's human cause. They say it's human cause if there's no light in the fire truck.
when I came over from Whistler, I saw one of those tents where they evacuated.
look on the wall on our right side. You can see where the high water line is?
Yeah.
Oh, like halfway up that wall.
Wow. Was it there this year?
Yeah, probably. Pretty close. I mean, right now it's at like 20, I would say. I think the highest we got this year was what, like 88?
Historic flood was 145.
Crazy.
145. That wasn't the 2020 year.
No, that
It was
was
like in the
1974.
And then the highway started in the 90s as well, right?
Yeah, it got in the 90s it went up above 140 as well. I have never. The highest I've done is 120,000. But we'll still power raft at those levels. We just add another tube on either side, and then we don't paddle.
Paddle crazy. Crazy.
Quite exhausting.
Yeah.
You add another tube, like just so another one of those right there. The same amount of people.
Yeah. Each of these tubes has 4 metric tons of flotation, 4,000 kilos.
Yeah.
So then with 2 additional aggregates, you have 16 tons of flotation. And it's twice as wide. It's a lot better for it to get wrong.
How many people do you have coming from Salmon Arm?
I don't actually know. I think there's like, well, my parents are coming and they basically, my dad did a post on Facebook.
Yeah.
Everybody come rafting! I think they're planning on having like 8 people. Yeah. Pretty good crew. The 26th, I think? Wednesday? Oh, well, so but also, might be possible that not working good.
Part of Germany.
North of Germany?
No.
It's not the layout.
Looks like the nearest big town. Remember? I hope so.
Started to as a hamburger. They brought the sandwiches, bread, ham, cheese, salad on it. So they brought them over and then they come on and call them hamburger. It's can be an execution.
But then it evolved into like the patties too.
Yeah, but it's a hamburger, right? Ham.
Oh. Oh, so originally it was
Hamburger, and somehow the original is a ham and cheese sandwich.
Thank God they took that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Burgers are so much better than ham
covered
sandwiches.
beef.
Yeah. This part is called grab your lunch back, or what?
Lose your lunch. to the first
Grab your
one.
lunch back.
This is $1 Million Mile.
Okay.
Yeah.
Once you lose it, you don't want your lunch.
Yeah, you probably wouldn't want it.
Fish food.
Yeah.
A lot of salmon starting to run up the river right now. Mainly sockeye.
Oh like a year, like 2 days. I always said sometimes there's just like, when you're at the footing or the takeout, there's just fish everywhere. And maybe I'm happy I'm not going to do that.
But it's so cool.
Yeah, yeah.
And like you'll see, like if you're rafting, especially along places like that, you can literally look at the water, and there's like 4 to 6 fish wide, and it's non-stop swimming upstream. Millions of fish. It'll be non-stop for like 2 months.
Fall in the water, you're getting bombarded.
Oh yeah. Oh, you can feel them hit your outboards.
Really?
Yeah. Especially in cutting board.
Oh, I mean it is a chopping block, so.
You're like going through, you know there's no rocks.
Preparing for dinner. This is my dad's absolute favorite story, and he used to tell him he used to get here on the river.
Oh yeah?
And basically, starts off with the bighorn sheep, alright, living in the area for a long time. And back in 1859, there was also the Caribou Gold Rush. So there was the wagon road that came all the way up here. And this one guy decided that it would be a good idea to bring camels instead of pack mules on the wagon road. He thought they would do really well in this area, but he was very wrong. Basically, he brought 23 camels up from the southern states onto this road, and quickly realized that they could not fare well in this weather. Their hooves were like not used at all to the like ground here, so it kind of like ruined their hooves. And the second thing was that they released this pheromone that the pack mules like could not tolerate at all. So like they would have the road literally on the edge of a cliff, and a camel and a pack mule would be coming towards each other, and the pack mule would jump off the cliff with the wagon as soon as they like smelt the camel. So they banned the camels on the camping wagon road, obviously. And pardon?
Nice try.
Yeah. And instead of like bringing them back, they decided to release them into the wild on this side of the river. Thought they would eventually kind of die off through the winter, but they didn't. And basically, there was a full moon one night, and the bighorn sheep were having a party. Really good party. There was music blasting. The full moon was out. And the camels saw all of those bighorn sheep, who were all females, by the way. All the camels were males. And they decided to party with them. Come spring, these absolute abominations were born. Half their legs were camel legs, and the other two on the other side were pack mule legs. So a lot shorter. So they were sat like this when they were standing. We only walk sideways across the hill, so we called the species side hill gougers. And that's what creates this horizontal line. Super, super cool part of history.
So none of that's true, except for the camel part.
Yeah, they did actually bring camels on the
They
road.
did actually.
Yeah,
And they banned them. Now the whole thing's true.
The whole thing, sorry.
Yeah. I've had like a boats of high schoolers who fully believe the story.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty awesome.
I've made this drive probably like 100 times. And
Salmon on the draw?
no, camels. But nice to see it.
Funny, I
You're
feel
driving
like
here every day?
No, but just for shifts and stuff. Spend my whole life. Oh, fish.
oh. It's funny, I feel like anytime I was coming through here, my
Yeah.
parents always went through Coquihalla. Then I
Yeah.
came here like a couple times doing work with my dad, and he would like have to do stuff on rivers. It was always so pretty.
Yeah.
So yeah, kind of up ahead of us, you can actually see like kind of what's left of a retaining wall that was there for the wagon road. You can kind of see where it flattens out below it, about like halfway up the hill. Yeah, that's also where the road used to be. There's some like scrap metal and scrap wood as well, kind of all over the place.
Crazy. Over the course of the year, 30,000 prospects. Before that, historians estimate there were about 70,000 people in BC, and about 1,000 Europeans. And then a year later, there were 31,000 Europeans. These along with started so many wars. So 20,000 of them came up by a boat from San Francisco to Vancouver. 10,000 of them walked through Washington and Oregon. Most of the prospectors came from San Francisco after the big San Gold Rush. And while they were walking up through Washington and Oregon, they just started so many wars.
Really?
Well, they were walking through like indigenous territory, and back then, like even the west of the states hadn't seen very many white people. They were pretty brutal when they came up. We don't point at bald eagles around here. Bald eagle in that tree on the left. Kind of like, only like a third of the way up. No, it's like a Hakuita and all these other reincarnations. Oh, you're watching over the you're all gesturing in the direction. Doing a lot of work on the railroad right now.
Yeah.
Getting ready for
The railroad? Yeah.
So
Very busy.
more. Yeah. Rail is king.
Slow, but
Yeah.
moving. Yeah, no. Always very slow.
They need millions of dollars a day from the train.
Yeah.
Besides which,
I know this was the first one. I think this was.
that's the end, but that was the first one.
That was the first one? Oh!
they share tracks here.
They didn't want to go through the way.
Oh, guys, there's a bear!
Oh, there you go.
You saw it. You said go let me.
Yay.
Yay!
Check that box.
Yay!
I saw a bear.
He's just hanging.
That's a good one.
This is a very safe situation.
Yep.
And there's a bald eagle in that.
I don't know, they're pretty good swimmers. Yeah, it's fairly small. Here is called Jack's Rock, named after a former guide. Former for a reason, because usually you don't get have it named after you unless you mess something up.
Oh, really?
Yep. There's a little bit of give and take. Lose a job, in a rapid. There's kind of like three main things that cause rapids. Number one is constriction. Like when the river gets a lot narrower.
Yeah, okay, that's clear.
And then there's also, like obstacles, so like big rocks, things punching out of the water, maybe even like still underwater, or even things that stick out of the water that cause some big waves.
This one's completely different now.
Yeah.
It's still the same size as the
And then the last one is steep. So like, the steeper it is, the faster the water will be moving, more of an angle. Higher counter, but also the water is also going faster. Basically, anytime water has to be so it's not really close to the medium. It's going to find Bay. There's kind of two main stories that you'll hear guys tell you about this area. First one is that this is where Bernie, the founder of our company, and his wife Lorna conceived of the idea of starting a rafting company as they were coming rafting here. And the other story is that this is where Bernie and his wife conceived.
Yeah, old fiberglass road, ditched off the highway. And they tried to ride it down.
They're stashing it.
you're the pro here. Yeah. From the tides?
Tides? Yeah.
Yeah, and kayakers.
The kayakers,
I
yeah.
think they're watching the
I knew it. They're sitting there 3 hours.
It gets like an 8-foot, it becomes an 8-foot wave.
Yeah.
Skookumchuck Narrows?
Yeah, Skookumchuck Narrows.
Yeah.
You can sit there for hours just watching those kayaks going down.
The kayakers like have a flat bottom.
Yeah. Look at the gravel cliffs on the right here. You can see there's a whole bunch of different layers of rock. Right? And some layers are quite small, like sand, especially there's a huge sand layer over here. Some are, you know, pea gravel, all the way up to some pretty decent sized rock. And the size of the sediment in there gives us an idea of what the water used to do here millions of years ago. So anywhere that it's really, really fine sediment, that's sand and silt, it's from when there was a lake here. The water only had enough strength to deposit sand. Okay? The small gravel is from when there was a small river here. And then the large boulders are from when there was like a Thompson sized river here. I took a prospector rafting yesterday, or 2 days ago. A gold prospector. He said that those big boulder layers, that's where all the gold is. In order for the water to move that really dense gold, it has to be quite high as well. Here comes Allie. This grab is called Carnage Corner. If you take a look at the left here, see a whole bunch of debris left over from the transport trucks that have flipped over on the highway over the years. Holding on. Real wet real soon. I grew up doing whitewater canoe trips as well in Ontario. And then I worked as a whitewater canoe guide for a couple of years in Ontario and Quebec. And then I came out here, learned how to raft, and I started working here and haven't really looked back. Yeah. Whitewater canoeing's fun, but it's whitewater rafting's a little more fun. Some chuckers. See that bird running over there? Chucker. The European game bird, introduced here in the 1950s. They're supposed to be delicious. Yeah. I'm gonna get one this fall. Dang. Apparently it's like a cross between a chicken and a grouse.
I do want to eat one at some point.
I'm gonna. I think they open September 10th.
Oh yeah.
Start walking around. I think most people that hunt them with dogs. They're weird. They'll always, anytime they're scared, they always go uphill. They like genetically can't go downhill. So if you like are walking around, you always know which way they're gonna go.
Walking down it anyway.
Yeah. On our left, we got 4 generations of retaining walls. So the oldest are these stacked round rocks here. Those date back to the Caribou Wagon Road in 1858 and 1859. Then the stacked cut rocks just down there are from the construction of the rail line there in 1890. And then that concrete at the bottom is from the 1950s, from the construction of the highway, and then some highway repairs here in 1985. It's pretty crazy though, the stacked round rocks look honestly better than the most recent edition. Something about modern construction workers, you hear me? Sweet, we're getting real close to the gorge. Alright, so you guys just got your safety talk, but I'm just going to give you a couple little reminders. Okay, biggest thing, holding on with 2 hands in between our legs. If we're getting to really big stuff, you feel like you're moving around a little bit, you can pull up with your arms and push down with your feet. And that'll lock you in real well. Okay, if you do fall in, you're going to probably experience that gas reflex. Remember, say be cool, be cool, be cool. Your breathing will slow down. Get back to the boat. Alright? Make sure you're looking at myself. You can always go back to Allie's boat, but my boat will probably be closer. Look at me if I'm pointing. Swim that way. Swim that way. Okay?
Are you sure you don't want to go to the front? You should do it. You should do it. Go down and then we'll do this one more time. That train bridge you see on the right there goes over the Nikomin River, and that's actually where the gold rush started back in the 1850s. So the Nikomin band started finding some gold from that river down to Frog Rock, and they let the Hudson Bay Company know. That's the Bay Company just done their first recorded descent of the river, and then the trade postman traded them gold for guns and food, ammunition, absolute pennies for the dollar.
Holding on, big spin. Rapid on the Thompson, and one of the most famous rapids in North America. We're going to go down the right hand side here. There's some big splashes. Go through. Can I just use my phone to film a bunch of stuff? Take some photos? Yeah. Call that Teslyn style. Hey. Nice. Beautiful. Coming up, we got washboard. I think that's what Teslyn grabs. Look in the water here, folks. You see all this these bubbles rising up? That's all the air from Frog.
Right, yeah.
You can see it takes a long time for the water that gets churned up over there to start coming back up. And all this aerated water is really, really good for a lot of the fish that live in here, especially the rainbow trout. They need very, very oxygenated water. So a lot of that air floats up, but a lot of it actually dissolves into the water. And that's what the fish breathe through their gills. Okay, holding on, folks. Nature's gimbal. This flat section is the Devil's Kitchen. Okay, one of the biggest rapids of the day. Now, I'm not saying that it's more likely for you to fall out in this one than other ones, but if you do fall out in this one, the first thing you want to do is try to get back to this boat. If you can't get back to this boat, you're going to swim left towards the highway. Left towards the highway, all right? Yeah, I saw that. It's no, it's a bald eagle catching a fish. Osprey are a little more graceful than that. Wow, that eagle's got a big one. It's hardly able to fly. Oh, let's see if it shows us. Oh no, it is an osprey. Yeah, look, it's got a trout. It's really cool. They picked them up parallel. Other like bald eagles will just grab it like this, lift it out of the water, but osprey have to crisscross their talons. And then they grab it really gently and actually let the fish keep swimming itself up out of the water. It's awesome, yeah. They're so smart. All right, folks, the Devil's Kitchen. The first big wave we're gonna hit is called the oh, Teslyn's scared. First big wave is called the Jolly Green Giant. And then we'll hit a bunch of waves and then dip into a whirlpool called the Kitchen Sink, where hopefully Teslyn doesn't drop my phone. Okay, holding on real tight for this one, folks. Everything the paddle rafters are trying to not do. Now, Allie's going to be doing her absolute best to avoid that whirlpool at the bottom. So folks, this is one of those times where it's a little bit more likely for something to happen to their boat. Okay? We're going to have our head on a swivel, and if something happens, okay, I'm going to need you guys to really help me out with your eyes. Looking for a little yellow life jacket. But Allie's looking like she's doing great right now. She's all good. This is awesome. And coming up is the reason why I told you to swim left. So the next rapid is Cutting Board, or as the locals call it, Meat Market, because of all the salmon that swim up the left-hand side there. So, yeah, the big rock in the middle of the river splits the river in two. And the far side, the river right side, over there, is now a big waterfall, basically. As the water gets lower, the waterfall gets more and more intense.
Well, I always wonder what people are stopping here for.
Yeah, they're all fishing. Very popular dip net spot, rod fishing. Yeah, and it's basically because since the right hand side is so strong, all of the fish just go on the other side. It's so much easier for them to come up here, yeah. And most of them even go like right along shore. Most of them aren't running up next to the island. And they like to be in the slowest moving waters. You can see that person there has a huge dip net. Yeah. The dip nets are awesome. Some of them are over 200 years old, passed down and repaired generation after generation. Others are a little bit newer, but it's a really difficult thing to do, especially if you catch a couple Chinook in one net. Real heavy. Sometimes they're tied in to the rock. Like you can see this yellow rope coming down to this person. That might be tied to them or might be tied to their net. You folks will want to hold on for this one. Gets quite quick in here. Yeah, so they're holding the net in the eddy there where they're hoping the fish is swimming up, and when they feel one, they'll pull it up. Jeremy, that was such a photogenic splash. Awesome. That's the right side there. That's not where you want to be. There they are. We got Garburator. Pretty chill right now. Nice waves at the top and the boils not so big. Exactly. Okay, holding on. You'll stay dry in this one, unfortunately. What? Film it? Up to you. If you think you can hold on to the boat and keep going. I'm gonna try to time it. Really hard. Gums just gets bigger and bigger as the water keeps dropping. Yeah. Gums turns into like, at below 10,000, Gums is like the only rapid at any water level that like scares me out. Just one wave, Pacific. It's so big. It's so strong. Both. It like surge it. It's crazy. It's the craziest wave. It's so fun.
Well, I'm hoping to come back with my roommate in September. We're definitely.
It'll be in. The water's dropping so fast. Proper low water is so good. Yeah, I think Pacific peaks at like 9 grand, and then we have to start going around it in terms of like a disgusting hole. It's a really hard move to avoid it. It's like the most. It's like as technical as surfing Garb at 55. Yeah. Okay, holding on. This is the Witch's Cauldron. The next one, folks, is the Gums of Life, followed by the Jaws of Death. Jaws of Death, they kind of merge into one rapid right now, but I'll point out when the transition is. Jaws of Death is very, very surge dependent. So we told you on the bus, we're rocking at about 20,000 cubic feet per second a day. But that's an average that's taken over the course of about 5 minutes. And rivers of this size tend to change quite a bit within those 5 minutes. So maybe 1 second, there's like 19,000 cubic feet per second of water. And maybe 30 to 45 seconds later, there's 21,000 cubic feet per second of water. Okay, a bit of an exaggeration, but the Jaws right now, when the water's a little bit lower, the wave is actually quite a bit bigger. So we're hoping for that low surge. Sometimes we can time it a little bit, but it does kind of come down to luck as well, but we're hoping for the big one. And then we'll catch the eddy on the right at the bottom so we can watch Ali go through. Now if Ali goes through and has some carnage, it's going to get really dynamic really fast. Okay? Holding on. Okay, here comes Ali. Yeah, we'll keep holding on, folks. Just want to float downstream a little bit. Nice, Allie crushed that one. Holding on.
Bridge up on the left is built by Scottish stonemasons. And the reason why it's so structurally integral is when they're building it, they actually put cannonballs in between all of the bricks, so as it rusts, it expands and then holds it all together. Really? Yeah. Super crazy. You guys can also kind of see the railroad tracks that have fallen down. Yeah. There's a train car that's actually at the bottom of us.
What? No way.
Yeah.
This bridge has survived many train derailments.
Oh, is that a Stellar's Jay? You guys see the blue bird? Yeah. Looks like one. There are a lot of birds that live in the rocks. Basically, like the rest of the way down, you'll see a lot of like little nooks in the rocks. That's where a lot of the birds nest. Oh, I've never seen a Stellar's Jay here before.
12-ish.
So hard for me to do that math. Yeah. In order to do that, I was like, okay, it's 45 to 4.
Really? You section it?
Yeah.
KTL.
Oh, another bald eagle above us.
Baldy.
Holy crap.
So I would like to be able to see them finish Lucky Bunny as we're coming somewhat close to Bad Attitude. And then we'll keep rerunning, we'll do at least one rerun of Bad Attitude. So they're like not quite in our path.
Basically, like back in the 80s, 2 to 3 hours just to get to that Gorge section. But they would stop for every single rapid. And they would like look at different routes, decide where they wanted to go, and then get back in, go to the rapid, stop the next one. By the time we got here, they'd already had a pretty long paddle. So what they would do is they'd be like, okay, yeah, we're gonna go have a cab behind these rocks. All the guys would go behind one of those rocks and just smoke a little cigarette before continuing down.
We got some questions from the chat. We're gonna answer it.
Yeah, okay.
Someone was wondering what kind of outboard motors we use, and we use 25 horsepower Yamahas. And these ones are 4-strokes, but we got 2-strokes as well. Someone was asking how far we're going down today. It's about 26 kilometers, or about, I think, just over 15 miles on the half-day section.
There's another bald eagle sitting on one of the trees that's kind of leaning over the cliff on the left-hand side there. Right at the top.
You should try looking up right now, so I just see it. It's actually like 5 miles.
5? Is that all the scary names for the rapids so far? This one's called Fluffy Bunny. So the first wave in this rapid that we're going to go through is called Green Monster. So you can decide which theme to follow.
Probably good.
That and Jolly Green Giant are probably the two tallest whales up there.
You can see the green monster now. What a beauty. Big wave now. You can see two really big, like, pour-over rocks on the left side of this rapid here. A couple weeks ago, those were fully underwater. Woo-hoo-hoo.
coastal breeze. Want.
150 people watching right now.
Oh, really? Oh, no way.
You guys are celebrities. Yeah.
No, it's on Kumsheen's YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sound?
The sound's pretty muffled. It's
So if you guys want through this rapid, you're welcome to hop into the water, hold on to the side of the boat,
Really?
and swim through it.
Yeah.
You should absolutely do it.
Okay.
it's almost always the highlight of the trip.
Okay. So just hop it right now.
Yeah. It's probably more comfortable to go on the downstream side.
Yeah, just make sure you're always holding on to the side. Woo!
Chad, watch his car falls out.
Takes quite a while to get used to.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Oh, I want to see like we'll have a hard time. How strong it is. It's insane. Put it in reverse just for a hot second. Yeah, sure.
Fun last time we did it 20 years ago. We came, me and my wife came in the beginning of the boat. And someone was saying,
people, do you have everyone do that?
Most people do, yeah. Yeah, it depends on the day, how warm it is out. Yeah. We had someone in the chat asking when we wrap things up for the season. Normally, I think this year it's going to be like middle or beginning of October. So if you're coming down in September, we'll still be here. The rafting's still awesome. Pretty great. Most other rivers, they're like really rowdy in the spring. And then as the water drops, after the spring flood, they just get smaller and smaller.
Yeah.
The Thompson stays big year round.
Yeah.
Like you could raft it in January.
It'd be very cold.
Very cold.
Yeah.
Like, pop on a dry suit.
So you said you go till October?
Mid-October.
It's really good.
So good.
Oh, I like them.
Yeah, I went back on my last weekend. I think, yeah. And also, he's the one who I feel like was in for all the big stuff, like Infinity War and Endgame.
I like Andrew Garfield a lot, but
He's too cool
yeah.
to be Peter Parker.
Some of our
But I thought Tobey Maguire did really, like, I do love Tobey Maguire.
Nobody was against Peter Parker.
Yeah.
Andrew Garfield was good Spider-Man.
Come on, both. This next rapid around the corner is called Mother-in-Law. We had a guy that used to work here named Anton who got married on the resort. And his mother was a very not outdoorsy person, but she was kind of forced upon coming rafting. The whole wedding party went the day after the wedding. And this rapid is supposedly where she fell out, or some say got pushed out of the boat. Well, they're still happily married, so probably wasn't pushed, unless she really is okay with tolerating that kind of stuff. trained for. What is that?
It's a float for salmon fishing.
Huh.
Mine now.
How much are those things worth?
This thing will be like $5. But I don't like leaving it on the front.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we're on the right side. Straight around.
Grab it off the wall.
This one? Really?
No, it was
Oh,
one of the
okay.
one of the powder boats. That would be crazy to have it. I'm very excited. And about 3 boats before me, another one of the guys today got catapulted from his guys. He went flying. It was awesome.
Yeah, I was hoping for a little more entertainment from them today.
Right? It's always disappointing when they do such a good job.
How long is that with you guys?
2 years with us.
New Zealand before that.
How many guys are there?
We got 7. 7 full time. And then we got a pool of part timers that we pull from for busy days. The White Canyon we're in right now. The cliff that opposites our resort. It's made of gneiss, G-N-E-I-S-S. It's a very crumbly rock. The different colors you see are the mineral deposits. So the white is calcium rich, the gray is carbon rich, and the red is iron rich. The most expensive and most dangerous stretch of the railroad. The primary reason why the railroad was built on the opposite side of the river first, when they were surveying through here, they were like, well, we don't want to deal with all that. But then when CN came through, they had to build it on this side, so they built all these massive tunnels and these rock chutes. And then all these poles on the side aren't power lines or telegraph or telephone lines or anything. They're actually rock fall sensors. So there's little black nubs on the side, and there's wires that go horizontally pole to pole. If a rock falls and it's anywhere near big enough to worry about, it breaks at least one of those cables, probably 3 or 4. And that sends a signal to the CN crew in Lytton, right? And they come and check it out on their trucks. Now, if they can't come check it out, they'll call the conductor and tell them to slow down. But if they can come check it out, and they find that that rock is any smaller than a refrigerator, they call the conductor and tell them to speed up and just smash it, pulverize it into a million little pieces.
So if it's over the size of a refrigerator, then they have to remove it themselves.
Absolutely gorgeous. You can see at the top of that little pass there, there's like a power pole up there. Yeah, a little telegraph line. They had to carry that up there by hand. Probably Chinese railroad workers. Yeah. Or railroad slaves.
We have to work really hard when we're going to be carrying this boat up that hill. It's going to take a little bit of You guys feeling strong?
Only like 3,000.
This rabbit is called Rattlesnake, named after Bernie. One time we came rafting through here, and at high water there tends to be a big whirlpool on the bottom right. We saw a rattlesnake circulating in the whirlpool. It was a raft dive. Yeah. So it was trying to get into the boat, we didn't let it. And holding on.
Big blue hair.
In this like cave kind of to our left here, you guys will see like a stick jammed between the 2 rocks there. In my guide school, when we came rafting through here, we stopped in this section and we put that in between the rocks and jammed it. That's what the water level was. This comes down a lot.
That's what it was when you guys came.
Yeah, like that was even with the water. question. Quite the access point. Well, I guess you could like, you could make it down there.
That, like that up there is so steep.
Yeah.
I walked around like that last time.
I need to do that more.
Down like this like all year and it's still green. Decided that that's where it's gonna live now. I think it would die pretty quick.
Yeah.
Hold it on.
You know, I mean, look, it's trying to plant more trees. Look at the pine cones.
Maybe it'll start its own little like grove right in that little sand
Yeah.
patch. And holding on.
4 rapids left. 3 rinse, washing machine, rapid 17, and Terminator. Terminator we'll do twice, so you can maybe call it 5 rapids if you want. The Widowmaker test? I used to have some goggles that I would put on.
Really? I've got frog glasses now.
Oh yeah? I saw you put them on that guy the other day.
Yeah, I did. I was gonna wear them.
Do the frogs flip up?
Yeah, they do. I was gonna wear it to the rapid yesterday, but I could barely see out of it, so I was like, anybody else want it?
That's why I stopped with the goggles. It was like, I was blind.
Yeah.
So just to the left right now, you can't really see it without polarized sunnies, but there's actually a huge rock shelf that comes like halfway across the river here. In the winter, it's like ankle deep, all the way to like right there. And then there's other huge rocks right here, further down here. It's a really narrow channel of deep water through here, which is why I hopped on. Normally Tess would be following me through here. It's a little hard for me to go like, no, right, no, left, no. Okay, holding on. This is washing machine. On the right is the Devil's Anus. rapid on the river at the water level we have today. 20,000 cubic feet per second. It's always going to look the same. This year, next year, year after, spring, fall, whatever. The next two rapids won't. Because their size is actually determined more by the ratio between the Thompson and the Fraser than the level of the Thompson. Since we're so close to the confluence with the Fraser, if the Fraser's high and the Thompson's low, the Thompson gets plugged up at the bottom and the water can't exit quickly. But if the Fraser's low and the Thompson's high, it goes out really, really fast. So some years, this rapid a little bit, but more so the next rapid is gonna be massive all summer or flat all summer. This year is pretty flat in the spring, but it's getting really good right now. Holding on. I know where the rocks are. Got the best hits on the river right now. It's unreal.
Yesterday, today, the best I've ever seen.
Most of the season, that rapid's like pretty lame. It's so consistent too. Coming up is our last one of the day, Terminator.
We'll hit shore, folks, and you guys can jump off the front. Teslyn will come and hold on to the motor, and I'll run up the hill and back the truck down. And then once the truck's in the water and I'm out of the truck, you guys can throw your life jackets in the back and then hop on the bus. What a shame. Okay, folks, well, I'm going to let you off down here. That's when I guess you can hop off with them. Thank you. Tess, if you could run down and do the rope or like the trailer rope for me, that'd be awesome. Thanks for a great trip, folks. Well, thanks for watching, folks. It's been a lovely day on the river. We got no trips this afternoon, so we're gonna shut you guys off. Aww. But we'll see you back tomorrow. Right now it'll be tomorrow afternoon. Thank you.
Put them in the back